Om Stapakaya च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे त्रयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणी ओम शांति शांति शांति. So, welcome to yoga instructor course conducted by Swami Vivekananda Yoga Ashram. Today's our topic is Unit 5, Unity in Diversity. Page number 84 in your manual. So one thing you have to make a note, all the important topics have been covered so far. Now there are some supporting topics which we are going to look. This is just you need to have some information because you are becoming a yoga instructor. That is an idea. Okay. It is a quite likely that a beginner gets confused at a host of yogic texts. People starts inquiring, I want to practice yoga. I want to learn yoga. So when they are decided to learn yoga or practice yoga, what is the first step we do in the modern times? We'll open the internet, we'll open the Google, and we will type which are the best yoga programs are available, which are the best yoga textbooks are available, or anything what we want. These days we are going to the Google. In olden days people used to go to the guru. Now in the modern times guru is replaced by the Google. So we'll go to the Google and we'll type something and so many things comes up. I don't know anything, it's why I am searching. But Google shows so many things. So which one I need to choose, which one I should not do? So much confusion is there. That's what in the introduction mentioned in your study material. There are so many yogic textbooks are there, so many methods of the yogic practices are there. Though the systematic classification of most of them into 4 distinct streams. All these yoga philosophies, all these yoga practices which you come across can be categorized into the 4 groups. So 4 streams, 4 distinct streams. What are those 4? Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, jnana yoga. Any yoga you take, it comes under one of these 4 yogas. Okay. So now the person who is searching wonders how to choose which will suit for me. There are so many things are there, but which is good for me? 4 yogas are there, or you can take any number of yogas. Which is good for me? How will I know? So for this purpose, one has to understand the basic unity among these methods. There is a unity in all these methods. What is the commonality between all these methods? We have to understand first. So here in the study material, the 2 commonalities are highlighted. Remember, these 2 points are very important. What are those? Number 1, all these paths lead independently to the same goal. Whether you start from the karma yoga, or you bhakti yoga, raja yoga, jnana yoga, any yoga, it leads to the same goal. This is a point number 1. Number 2, there is the same structural transformation that takes place in the mind. any yoga you start or you take, there is a systematic transformation takes place. What is that systematic transformation takes place? We will become less and less and less selfish. Our swartham will be reduced. Our kama, krodha, lobha, moha, the arshad vargas will be reduced. You take any yoga. So how will I know that I am progressing in this yoga path or not? If these arshad vargas are reduced in you, that means you are progressing in yoga. People say, previously I used to get so much angry, after practicing yoga since last 1 year or 1.5 year, now my anger came down. Previously, people used to get irritation for everything. Now my irritations are reduced. The interval is becoming more. Previously, when I used to do some work, I used to feel tired. Now I can do a little bit more work, then I feel tired. So these are the symptoms that we are progressing in yoga. So you start from any yoga, we will be progressing. For that, our Arshad Vargas are becoming less and less powerful. The power of the Arshad Vargas are reduced. Arshad Vargas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam. These are the Arshad Vargas. Okay. And Swami Vivekananda says here, in the whole process of reconstruction of India, as we get the freedom, it is not enough if you build the skyscrapers, develop sophisticated technologies. It is not adequate if we become a very wealthy and an affluent nation. We have to re-establish our basic values, the character, the culture, and that is the things which make India. What is the growth of India? What do you mean by development? Here we are connecting to the yoga to the development. Many people thinks development means developing the infrastructure is called development. Swami Vivekananda highlights here, more than this infrastructure, we need to develop the character building. That is most important. Value structure has to be developed, character has to be developed, culture has to be developed. When there is a no culture, no character, no values, that is not called a development. These days we think development means we need to have a touch screen and all these things. More modern science is there. That is a material development. That is not the overall development. What is the point if you are having everything but you don't have the character? So what is the education? Education is that which helps us to develop our character. That is the most important. Yoga helps us. Yoga shows the way to develop this character, to develop this value structure, to develop our culture, to maintain our culture. That is most important. Even though if you are having so much money and everything, but if you don't have the values, what is the use? I'll give another example. You are in the wonderful facilities, like you are in the five-star hotel facility. You are there in the five-star hotel. At night, you are lying down on the bed. The five-star hotel, well-organized hotel, and you are lying down, but you are not getting sleep. What is the use of having all these five-star facilities when you don't get the sleep properly? Is there any use for having those things when you don't get the sleep properly? Ultimately, at the night, when you lie down on your bed, you should be able to sleep nicely. If you are not able to sleep and you are lying down in the five-star hotel on the bed and moving this side, that side, and all these things in between, getting up and coming back and lying down, turning this side, turning that side, then you are not getting the sleep. What is the use of having these five-star facilities? Whereas other fellow goes to the work, does the work sincerely, and comes back at home, eats nicely, and lie downs. And he is fallen into the sleep, deep sleep. You may ask a question, does it mean that we should not have the development of this material? No, we are not saying that you should not have the material development. You may have the material development, nothing wrong. But at the same time, you should not neglect the values and the culture and the character, which is more important than your material development. Material development is required for the comfort, but you should not uh, lose your character for that. You should not lose your values for that. You should not lose your culture for that. Ours is a great culture, Indian culture presents a very highly developed culture with varieties and diversities as a manifestation of the creativity and is called Sanatana Dharma. You know what is our culture name is called in Sanskrit? Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana. Sanatana means which is coming from some thousands and thousands and thousands of years onwards. And there's sometimes people talks, our great people, they say our Indian culture is a Sanatana Dharma. Hinduism is nothing but a Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is nothing but a society which is based on the Dharma. Dharma is given the first priority in our culture. Hence, there is a saying, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. Dharma is a first priority that is given to us by our rishis. So it is called Indian culture is called Sanatana Dharma. In this Sanatana Dharma, we are having the scriptures, yoga, there are many things. In this unit, the unity in diversity, we will be learning the diversities in Indian culture and unity among them, and also how different streams to yoga lead to the same goal. Recently, we have celebrated one festival called Sankranti. If you might have noticed, this Sankranti festival was celebrated all over India, but with the different names. One place we call Sankranti, one place we call Bogi, one place it is called Makara Sankramana. There are different names throughout India, but we all celebrated the same festival. This is called unity in diversity. And to make you to understand this unity in diversity, I will give a simple example. You look at the wave. You look at the ice. You look at some cool drink. You look at some river or ocean or well. All these are having the different names. Something is called wave, something is called river, something is called well, ocean, and different names. What is the common in all these things? Water is the common in all these things. That is called unity in diversity. Even though things are different, there is a common thing. So that is our Sanatana Dharma. So within India, how many languages we are having? So many languages we are having. So many different cultures we are having. So many methods we follow in our culture. But still, there is a commonality, that there is a unity, that we all are belongs to Sanatana Dharma. Look at this at the next line. Indian culture in itself represents a much diversified model while maintaining an underlying unity. In fact, unity in diversity is the essence of Indian culture. A foreigner who travels in India finds a well-devouring diversity in this country. Some different foreigners comes to India. Even I experienced this one with some foreigners. When they come to India, they travel to India, they will wonder, oh my God, if you come here, these people speak some language, and if you go to the some other state, some other language, some other things, so many different things, but everyone says they are Indian. And the Sanatana Dharma, That is a glory. So what we have to understand here, my dear friends, even though there are differences among our understandings, even though there are differences among our reason to reason, place to place, still we all are one, belongs to same one Sanatana Dharma. Dharma is a base for us. So the consciousness, the underlying unity in diversity. And look at the some more things. Civilization and culture. There are two things which we discuss in history. When you're studying the history, we talk about the civilization. When we are talking about the history, and we also see another topic is the culture. The civilization and culture, these are the two terms which we have to understand. The difference between these two also we need to know. Civilization and culture are the two dimensions. Civilization is what we have, and culture is what we are. I repeat, civilization is what we have. Culture is what we are. Let us understand these two statements. What we have, we are having so many infrastructure, so many facilities. Infrastructure is there, the house is there, your clothes are there, buildings are there, vehicles are there. All these things comes under the civilization. Then what comes under culture? Under culture, what we are, how you respond to a given situation indicates your culture. To understand more better, I will give an example. You are having a 100 rupees note. You are having 100 rupees note. All of you are having 100 rupees in the hand. And someone comes to you for the help, for the support. And you decided to support with the 100 rupees to that person. One person comes and says, okay, why should I give it to you? What are you doing? What purpose you want this 100 rupees? And this person will inquire everything, then use the 100 rupees for support. Then another person, among you only, one more person, he says, okay, I am giving this 100 rupees to you. Then afterwards, again, you have to give it me back. Because you have to give me in another 2 days. Then only I will support you. Okay, he gives. And some other person, oh, I got an opportunity to help this person because I am having enough money with me. So let me give this 100 rupees to him. Each one is having the 100 rupee is a civilization. And how you are supporting the other person with the same 100 rupees, that brings your culture, that brings your attitude. Your attitude is your culture. When someone comes to your house, you are going to offer a glass of water. While offering the glass of water, how many ways you can think? One way, why this fellow came to my house this time? I am watching nice movie and this fellow came, but he came, I have to give the water. Okay, take the water. Another attitude, oh, this person came, I am getting bored in my house. I am thinking that there should be someone to talk. Nicely, this person came, so let me give some water and talk some time. Different attitude. And another person, wow, a person came in our house. It is my Atiti Dharma to offer the water to that person. Everyone is offering the water to that person, but attitudes are different. One fellow is thinking, why this fellow came to my house? One fellow is thinking, oh, right time this fellow came so that I can have some chatting. Another fellow is thinking, I got some opportunity to serve some person. Having the water, the facilities of the water is your civilization. And your attitude, how you are offering that water, is your culture. Is it clear for you what is the difference between the civilization and culture? Civilization is the one for the infrastructural development and all other things, like a civilized houses. In olden days, we used to have the like a Guna Pinkala Illu, correct? Like a something. And now, these days, very rarely you see those houses. Whoever is constructing the new house, they are going for the slabs. This is civilization. And within the construction, how many changes are taken place? Huh? How many infrastructural changes are taken place? Our engineers are developed a lot. They are doing so much development. We are able to construct the 50 floors buildings, 70 floors buildings. It is called civilization. But what is the attitude? How you are reacting to a situation, how you are responding to a situation is your culture. Again, religion is different, culture is different. Religion is different, culture is different. Religion, one specific mata, one specific god or goddess opinion, when you follow, it is your religion. But when it comes to the culture, this culture depends upon the locality. Take the example of this in the Kerala, there is a festival, Ishu, I think. The people say it is a Malayalis festival. They don't say it is a Hindu festival. I wondered when I went to the first time to the Kerala, even though it is a Hindu culture, Hindu festival, they say it is a Malayali festival. So in the name of Malayali festival, what I noticed, all the Malayalis in the Kerala, everyone celebrates that festival, irrespective of their religion. Many people, it is a culture. What kind of dress you have to wear is a culture. Going to the temple is our culture. Which temple you are going, that is your religion. Whether you are going to this temple or that temple or masjid or church, whatever it may be, that is your religion. But going to the temple is our culture. Going to the temple means recognizing the Ishvara, bringing the Ishvara in my life is the Sanatana Dharma, is the Indian culture. That is the reason, even though any number of people came to India, invaded the India, no one can able to destroy the Indian culture. There may be any number of religions can come from outside to India, but still no one can destroy the Indian culture. So that culture helps us to bring the character. That character helps us to be a human being who is leading towards the Purushartha Chatushtaya, which is going to come very soon now. The goal of the life according to Sanatana Dharma. This our Sanatana Dharma, we are having given a goal to us. What is the goal in our life? Primarily, there are 4 goals. Primarily, there are 4 goals. Artha, Kama, Dharma, and Moksha. These are the 4 goals. Among these 4, Moksha is the highest goal. So Sanatana Dharma is suggesting us the 4 goals. Whatever you are having the goal in your life, that comes under any one of these 4. Primarily, by the inquiry, all the goals will lead to only one goal, that is a moksha. Let us do analysis. What do we want in our life? Security, some wealth. I want money, I want the wealth. Why you want the wealth? So if I am having the wealth, I will have the security. Why you want to have the security? Whenever you say, I want to have the security, that means, listen very carefully, that means you are not seeking the security, but you are seeking the freedom from insecurity. Did you got it? Whenever you are seeking the security, artha, that means you are not seeking security, you are seeking the freedom from insecurity. Take the simple example. Now you want one security guard with you, some bodyguard or security guard. When you want security guard, then you say, I am seeking the more security, so I want to appoint a security guard. What does it mean? It means you are insecure that someone comes and harms you. It's why you want to keep a security. You may be projecting that I am seeking the security. That means you are seeking the freedom from insecurity. This seeking the freedom from insecurity is called moksha. Number two, kama. I want to gain the happiness. Is there anyone who is not interested to have the happiness? Everyone want happiness. So now my analysis, listen, whenever you say I want to be happy, I repeat, whenever you say I want to be happy, that means now you are not happy. Then only you seek I want to be happy. If you are happy, how can you seek that I want to be happy again? Because you are not happy, hence you are seeking the happiness. So what does means when I want to be happy means what? I want to be free from unhappiness. I want to be free from unhappiness. So seeking the freedom from unhappiness is called moksha. So whether you seek the artha or whether you seek the kama, artha purushartha or kama purushartha, finally these two purusharthas are taking us towards the only one purushartha, that is a moksha purushartha. Then another one, dharma is there. What is a dharma? Doing some noble deeds, good activities for the benefit of the others, some rituals and some social service activities and all these things. They are dharma karya. So why you want to do dharma? So that I will gain the swarga or I will get some punya. Why you want to get the punya? So if I get the punya, I will go to swarga or I will be happy. That means when you are doing the dharmic activity, again it is coming that I am seeking the ultimate happiness, moksha. So wherever you start, finally you are going to end with the only one, that is the moksha. So the goal of life according to Sanatana Dharma is the moksha. Moksha means what? Ultimate happiness. I want to be happy all the time. And the direction for freedom. What are the similarities seen during these practices? So whether you start with the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, or whether you take the jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, karma yoga, all of them are leading us towards the only one, that is a ultimate happiness, ultimate freedom. So that is our ultimate goal in our life. And in this process, here in our study material, we are having some more points. Here it discusses under the Sanatana Dharma, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. The three concepts are given. Brahma means creator, Vishnu means sustainer, and Maheshwara, Shiva means the one who dissolution, one who takes back to everything. This in English says as a God. God, God. G for generation. Generation means creation. O for organization or sustenance. D for destruction or dissolution. So this G is representing the Brahmaji, Chaturmukha Brahma. O is representing the Lord Vishnu. And the D is representing by Maheshwara, Lord Shiva. Hence, all these three together is called God, God. Generator, operator, destroyer, or dissolution. That is called God. And this Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are in the form of name and form. So what is the base among all these things is Brahman, the supreme consciousness. That is the ultimate, the represent the cosmic forces of creation, cosmic forces of sustenance, and cosmic forces of destruction. At the base of all is Brahman. Brahman means not the Chitramuka Brahma, okay? Brahman. That is the pure consciousness. Brahma is different, Brahman is different, okay? Brahma means Chaturmukha Brahma. Brahman means the pure consciousness, which is beyond the Trinity. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. That Brahman, that ultimate reality is unchanging and forms the foundation of our culture. So any God, any name is not the problem for us. Because ultimately Brahman, the pure consciousness is the important for us. This pure consciousness is said as an energy by a quantum physics professor, and it is said as a carbon by a chemistry professor, and it is said something else by some other scientist. A devotee of Rama says everything is Ramamayam. A devotee of Shiva says everything is a Shivamayam. You name anything that is called pure consciousness from our scriptures, Vedanta point of view, Upanishads point of view, it is called Brahman. So the direction for freedom. So we all are moving towards one direction to gain the ultimate freedom. How it will come? By